Hi everyone! Today I'm going to show you how to make the crunchy sweet potato fries. They are lectin-free, gluten-free, and they taste so delicious and crunchy. If you're following a plant paradox lifestyle, this is a really great recipe because sweet potatoes are a good resistant starch that feeds your good gut microbes. The first thing you want to do is just get a baking sheet. I like to get one that has a rim around it so the sweet potatoes won't fall off when it's baking. And we're going to preheat the oven to 420. So we're going to add some sweet potatoes into a bowl. This is about a little more than half a pound. And then we're just going to coat it in some extra virgin olive oil and just toss it all together. Next, add half a cup of tapioca flour and toss it together. If you had wanted, you could also add some spices like onion powder or garlic powder, but just don't add salt at this point because it doesn't help it crisp up. So if you're going to add salt, just add it at the end. Once the sweet potatoes are completely covered in the tapioca flour, we're going to spread the potatoes on the baking sheet. So you want to make sure you don't overcrowd the sheet. So if you do have some extra sweet potatoes, you can go ahead and just store those in an airtight container and you can use them to cook at another time. You'll store it in the fridge. Now we're going to put the sweet potatoes into the oven. We're going to bake it for 10 minutes. And the sweet potato fries are looking good. So we're just going to quickly flip them. And then we're going to bake it again in the oven for another 5 minutes. Sweet potatoes are looking good. So we're going to turn off the oven. And we're just going to let these sit and cool for a bit while we get a cast iron skillet like this one, and we're going to fill that with some avocado oil. We're going to heat that over medium-high heat. Okay, so we're going to just test and see if the oil is ready for us to fry it in, and you can see that it's sizzling, so we can just go ahead and start dropping these into the oil. And again, we don't want to overcrowd the pan. So they've been frying for 2 minutes, so we're just going to flip them and fry for another 30 seconds or so. This all depends on how thinly you did cut these. So you'll see that they're starting to get a little brown on top, so that's a good time to use a slotted spoon or spatula like I'm using and transfer these to a plate that's been lined with a paper towel. And then you just add the rest of the sweet potatoes to the pan to cook. And since the oil is pretty hot at this point, they'll cook a little quicker. So you see that after not even a minute, they're starting to get really dark. So you'll just flip it. So keep an eye out on it this whole time so they don't burn, because they can burn pretty quickly. Transfer those to the same plate with the paper towel. And so now that the sweet potatoes have been cooked, you can add some salt on top. I'm using just some truffle salt. You can sprinkle that on top. And that's it. The most delicious sweet potato fries that are lectin-free, gluten-free, and so crunchy. Enjoy.